Let's get picks for the division. It could be all tied up with all four teams after tonight, Brady.
Yeah, no, we do there's a lot of parity in the NFC West. I think the interesting thing has been Arizona seems to be holding on for dear life, where Kyler Murray is doing everything for that team right now. And defensively, they stepped up too, I think, but they're just waiting for DeAndre Hopkins back and put him into the mix. They're in the mix. You look at the Seattle Seahawks. Their offenses look better than what it looked like last year. I'm just saying, Geno Smith's done a good job. Defensively, they're stepping up, making some plays. I'm going to go with the Rams. And I know it sounds chalky. I get it. They're the defending Super Bowl champs. I just feel like they haven't played their best football yet. We look at them week one. We watched the way they lost to the Bills, and it was just a dominating loss. But they'll eventually roll into form. They still have a bunch of stars on this team. So I'm willing right now to stick with the pick that I had before the season. The Rams will once again win the division, but I do think the 49ers are the other team to play.
I'm going to stick with my preseason pick as well, and it's the 49ers.
Oh, yeah.
I'm still
not with Trey Lance?
Yeah, no, but I actually thought that this team now, I almost feel better about them because of the unknown that you didn't know about Trey Lance. Now that he's shelved for the season, now you got more of the same where this team has been to 2 out of the last 3 NFC Championship games with Jimmy Garoppolo at the helm. There's going to be no drop-off. There'll be the continuity that's always been there. I think they even have more of a clear identity. Instead of trying to get cute, maybe run the quarterback, get a little bit more exotic with some of the things they want to do offensively, they're going to have to go back to doing what they do best, and that's running the football, kind of having Jimmy Garoppolo be I think he's, on Cover 3 podcast, we have a term we call just a guy plus. Like he's not just a guy, but he's just a guy plus. Like he's going to give you a little bit more than just some backup that's out there. And I think that's what you're going to see him be able to do, which allows them to win more games.
It's so disrespectful.
The
dude's been to a Super Bowl,
I know,
NFC
but I'm trying to say,
game.
but I'm not saying from my standpoint, the way people talk about him is absolutely disrespectful. Like, hey, this guy's on the trash heap. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't think he's just a guy. He's just a guy plus.
I think he's better than that. I actually think that that's a team that when I look at the Rams and 49ers now that he's starting, had I not picked the Rams before the season, I probably would have switched my pick and said, I'm with the 49ers now. I think you have a much better track record with him and Kyle Shanahan, what they've done so far this year. The way this team complements his skill set, to me, sets up well compared to what we've seen so far with the LA Rams and some of their offseason additions that haven't really come along yet.
Yeah.
But Brady still likes the Rams to win the division. Danny likes the 49ers to win the division. Let's get picks and props now, beginning with a Rams prop. Brady?
Do you know who's leading the league in interceptions right now?
49ers.
Matt Stafford.
Oh.
Matt Stafford.
Yeah.
5 interceptions so far. He's only played 3 games. Now, I think he's tied with Wentz now after Wentz has played his 4th game. I don't think he throws one tonight. So I'm going to take the under of a half interception. It's at plus 100. Obviously, there's bookmakers out there are expecting him to throw one. I don't think he does. I think he takes care of the football tonight. It's going to be a premium. They got to get some of that rushing attack going, not putting so much pressure on him. So I like the under of Matt Stafford, a half interception.
He's been known to throw them. They come in bunches.
And the 49ers have been known to drop them like they did in the NFC Championship.
That is true. You mentioned getting the run game going. That's why I look at Cam Akers, who inexplicably that week 1 was like non-existent. But since then, they've been trying to get him more involved in the game plan. So I'm going to go over Cam Akers' rushing yardage total. It's 41.5. I think they're going to force feed him the ball, try to get that run game going, because basically in every system in the NFL, but this one too, you want to get the run game going, work the play action pass. You can get Matthew Stafford going on some of those deep shots. But in order to do so, they got to get Cam Akers going. I think they're going to force it.
Where did he play his college ball at?
He played at Harvard of the South.
Yeah, a lot of Florida State references so far on this one.
Which is surprising because of the way they looked this past weekend. That's true. I haven't heard much talk about this year's Florida State team this week. Let's go to the 49ers prop. Brady, we saw T.J. Hawkinson go off yesterday for the Lions. You're going with another former Hawkeye tight end.
That's right, George Kittle. And he's had a lot of success throughout his career versus versus the LA Rams in this matchup. And I think this is one where they need to get him going. If you look at the past game with Jimmy Garoppolo, usually your tight end ends up being a quarterback's best friend. This one always should be. And much like you talked about the Rams wanting to get that running game going, I think the 49ers want to do the same thing. And then off of that, find unique ways of finding that mismatch with George Kittle and the LA Rams secondary, which at times I think it will be a mismatch when matched up versus the backers and safeties for the Rams. So I like his over a 43.5 receiving yards. Now you got it at minus 125, not quite as much value there, but still, I think he goes over that mark tonight. They've got to start getting him more involved in the passing game.
You got better value than me with mine because I got Deebo Samuel going over 4.5 receptions and a pretty pricey. but I think it's because everyone knows he's going to get so much, so many touches tonight, especially with those receptions. And I also think, too, without Trey Lance, I think this will kind of revert back to some of the creativity they showcased last year, getting Deebo Samuel the ball. They paid him handsomely this offseason, and they want to utilize him as one of their best weapons on the offensive side of the ball. So I think Jimmy Garoppolo and him clearly have a really good rapport over the last couple of years, and I think that continues tonight as he's a massive part of their offense. So I'll go over the 4.5 catches.
49ers favored by 2 points tonight at home. Danny, you say the 49ers are going to win this division. You said it before the season. You said it again today. I got to imagine you're taking San Francisco tonight.
I am. I liked it better at 1.5. Now it's at 2. I'll still go ahead and stick with it, though. I do think there is something to Kyle Shanahan having the edge over Sean McVay in this coaching matchup. We've seen Jimmy Garoppolo have a ton of success against this team. Playing at home, I think they'll get the best of them tonight, and they'll win by more than 2.
This game opened as a pick-em, but the track record says enough as it is. In the regular season, the San Francisco 49ers dominate the LA Rams. So I'm going to lay the 2 points as well. I know that sounds contradicting for my pick to win the division, but I think these two teams split. So I'll give San Francisco the advantage at home there in Santa Clara, and I think LA is going to hold home field advantage, at least when they go back down to LA. So I'm going to lay the 2 points as well. I'm with Danny on this one.
Yeah, even if San Francisco wins tonight, LA may still be the favorites in the division because they have to go to LA. Although 49er fans would say, we'll put more fans in the stands at SoFi than the Rams will, like they did in the playoffs. All right, Danny Kanell and Brady Quinn with us as we get ready to close up Week 4 in the NFL with a rematch of the NFC Championship game. Niners, Rams. San Francisco is the pick -2 from the fellas.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.